Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and today I'll be taking a look at Wave 35 of Battle Tribes. So let's just jump right into it. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the newest wave of Battle Tribes. These are freaking dope, man. It is spooky season, and I love the vibe that we're getting from this entire wave because these all just work very well together, so I dig it so much. So I'm going to kind of jump around back and forth between the figures here. So let's go ahead and start with this guy. This is the Blood Clan Apostate, which I think is super cool because first of all, the colors look great, that black with that like brownish color. Then you got this really nice dark silver, which I think looks really cool. You know, here I have the swords on the back. I always like putting my swords kind of like that for some of my ninjas, with one going that way and one going that way on the belt. The smaller one works really good for that. But I also love the fact that we're getting like extra heads that aren't really meant to go with the ninja. They decided to add in some extra heads, like this really cool bat head with that cross right there on the forehead, which is pretty gnarly, dude. I think that's really, really cool. And you can see all the different things that he comes with as well. Again, just lots of great stuff. You do get a couple extra heads, being that bat head and that hooded head that we normally see with the different Battle Tribes figures, which is really cool. So I do like that a lot. So what I'm going to do right here, I'm just going to do a little part swapping real quick. I'm going to take the arms off for this, like so. And I'm going to go ahead and take off this whole upper torso, because I do want to start showing a little more alt builds when I do these videos a little more often. So I went ahead and put on the other torso, a different head. Let's go ahead and start putting these arms back on like that. And there you go. Now you have a completely different look for this character, which again looks really gnarly because you got that cross on the chest this time over the heart, and this really crazy head sculpt with the white hair and the blood red eyes. I just think look great. So a really cool alternate build. Next up, we're going to take a look at the Blood Clan Elder. This is one I really, really like. I love the black hair, the little mustache and goatee thing that we got going on there. But the blood red eyes, and you can kind of see the black iris is really in there, looks super good. I love the markings that we get like on his front torso. You got the Blood Clan logo right there on the shoulder. You got more markings on the back. I just love the way this guy turned out. Again, utilizing parts from the ninja mold with the black and red. Those are really good for part swapping and things like that. The blood red swords, maybe those are like hardened blood, you know what I mean? Some vampire magic or something like that. I don't know, but those are super dope looking. And you can see all his different parts as well. You get some really great ninja parts with this guy. I love like the black cyber ninja head with the silver visor. That's very cool. Very Snake Eyes-esque and things like that. I love all the different parts that we get here. So for this one, I actually do have a second one. And I just decided to do a part swap with this one. And you could really see these two side by side. Again, this is all utilizing the same figure, just utilizing different parts. So we got a different upper torso. We got the different arms over here and the different boots. And of course, a different head. And you can get two very different looks out of this guy just utilizing the same figure. And that's one of those things why I love glyos and why I love Battle Tribes, because all the different parts you get, you can just do a ton of different things with. And if you really want to build out your Blood Clan, I definitely recommend buying multiples of these because you could totally army build. Next up, let's take a closer look at the Vampire Hunter. This is really cool, utilizing that old school barbarian body from Battle Tribes. I love it so much. The colors are fantastic with those really nice shiny blacks, the browns of the boots and the belt and things like that. I do love this silver like armored vest thing that he's wearing. I think it's super cool. But if you look close, and I'll try and darken it up here, because it may be a little tricky to see, but you can see like scratch marks on the armor there, even on the front of the chest like that. You kind of see that right there. I think that's super cool. And then we have a shield with blood splatter on it. That's pretty dark, man. I don't think we've ever gotten blood effects on any Battle Tribes or Warlords of War. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember that, so that's pretty gnarly for these toys, but it's a really cool splatter effect, and I think it looks super cool. So you can see all the different parts that he comes with as well. Again, all those very old school traditional barbarian stuff. I think they just look great. Again, the blacks and the tan skin colors and things like that all look really awesome. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and take off his weapons here like this again, because I want to start doing a little more part swapping and things. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to take off the upper torso. Then we're going to go ahead and put on the actual furry armor like this. Over that, tuck that back on right there, like that. And then let's go ahead and put on this cowled head right there. And then let's give him the axe like that and the mace weapons together so he can dual wield. And there we go. That is a really cool look for the character. I love the furry vest over the silver underneath like that. I think that looks really cool. And then the black of that cowled head with the red eyes. Dude, that looks awesome, man. What a great look for this guy. So yeah, another fun alt build. All right, next up we have the Stone Demon, and this is really cool, dude. They're giving us a type of like gargoyle-like character, which I think is really rad. I love the airbrushing where the paint fades from that darker gray into like a lighter gray. You got those green eyes, those really awesome wings. I always love getting this mold. We don't get this mold enough these days, but I love it. It's so cool and so unique. And then I have him with his big battle axe. I love that axe, man. One of my favorite weapons in all of glyos. But I also love that tempo right there, where like it's cracked right over the heart, and I think that's really, really cool. And you can see all the different parts that he does come with as well. Again, done in that same two-tone gray with a fade. I think it looks really, really cool. I think one of my favorite ones is definitely going to be that skull head with the green eyes. I love how that looks. But one thing I'm kind of noticing, and I don't know if this was intentional, but a number of years ago, I think it was 2017, 2016, I can't remember exactly, but they did come out with this artwork, like a comic book cover of some other battle tribes, and this looks a lot like that character that we saw way back when, even down to like the cracks on the chest. Again, I don't know if that's intentional, but it does reminisce to something like that. So maybe this is a callback to some old school battle tribes, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, even in the background, we see a skeleton dude, demon guy with wings. It looks like he might be glowing too. Again, we'll see here shortly. But I think that's awesome how, you know, again, intentional or not, that's a pretty rad throwback. And then the last of the bunch, oh my god, this one might be my favorite. This is the Nightmare Reaper. This is amazing, dude. First of all, anything glow in the dark is always going to be awesome, so I dig that. But I love how he has the skull head and then the tampoed bones and things like that, kind of reminiscent to the old Scare Glow homage we got way back in the day. And I just love, again, just the glow in the dark plastic with a black paint apps. Dude, it looks so good that we got the black trim on the wings, even down to the bones going on the arms and the legs. I love that. Even his toes and the back of the little claw on the back of the heel looks really good. I gave him that sword. This is a cool looking character, man. And you can see all his parts as well. Again, just done in that great glow in the dark plastic with the little black trims. I think that's really cool too. So for this one, I actually want to take this head off. I think my other favorite head for this particular figure is going to be that Squid Cthulhu head. I think that rocks. I love the black kind of going around the forehead, the black of the eyes, and then right there, like in like the, I guess would be his gills, or I don't know what you would call that. But I think that looks pretty gnarly. I love how the tentacles are just kind of draping down over the rib cage. What a gnarly looking character, man. And you know, put this under some black light or just light him up, light blast him, and you can see how awesome this figure truly glows. Again, anything glow in the dark is incredible, and this is definitely one of my favorite figures that I have in my Battle Tribes collection. Now, what's also really cool is that you can actually pick up a separate vampire hunting accessories kit consisting of a wooden stake and 2 types of torches, one of them being glow in the dark, which I think is super cool and definitely goes with these types of figures. And I think it's just a lot of fun to add a little more oomph to your already awesome battle tribes. So there it is, guys, my look at Wave 35 of Battle Tribes. and I genuinely love how cohesive this entire wave is. Again, with it being spooky season, you get lots of vampires, vampire hunters, skeletons, gargoyles. All that kind of stuff is fantastic. But I also love how it seems they're paying homage to previous waves. If you have any of the previous Blood Clan members in older Battle Tribes waves, you could really build up your ranks with that. And it seems they're almost paying homage to that old comic book cover we saw a very long time ago. You know, maybe not, but still, I think that's really cool that these things are echoes of that kind of stuff. And I love that. Again, all these different pieces, these colorways are fantastic. Any glow-in-the-dark toy is awesome to me, and I think all of these are definitely a must-get. So be excellent to each other, and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.